I really wanted to show you guys this video, man, so that you can see, you feel me, what it is that you eat when you go to McDonald's. Now, this man right here that you see on the screen, he actually accidentally put a burger in his pocket and left it in his pocket. And the burger was in his pocket for about 14 years before he discovered that the burger was even in his pocket, okay? And how he actually discovered that the burger was still in his pocket is because, if I'm not mistaken, I think his wife went to try to sell the McDonald's burger, okay? And, you know, you'll be surprised how this burger looked after he actually took it out, okay? And so I say that to say, you know, that we need to be mindful of what it is that we go and eat. We don't know what it is that these people are feeding us. You see what I'm saying? But yet and still, like the cattle that we are, we run and go eat their foods, right? Because we don't want to cook at home. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to try to grow our own food, so on and so forth. Okay? And so once he found it in his pocket and realized that this burger was 80 years old, I mean, not 80, I apologize. This is out of hand right there. 14 years old. He then put it in like a little case, right? And allowed it to sit around for 6 more years just to see how the burger would turn out. So he made it like a trophy of sort. Let's go ahead and just look at, let's check this out.
I guess you like my world's oldest hamburger.
Utah David Whipple has kept this hamburger in this hamburger tin since, get this, the 1990s.
July 7th, 1999.
I'll tell people about it and they're shocked. They're surprised. They want to see pictures.
So how long ago does
So this man had this burger since July 7th, 1999. Or, you know, that's ridiculous.
1999 feel?
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Yeah. President Clinton had just survived being impeached. Share Believe. And the first Star Wars prequel was the #1 movie.
And I bought a hamburger, McDonald's hamburger. I think it was 79 cents in Logan, Utah.
That begs the question, David, why in the world would someone keep a hamburger for more than 20 years?
Okay, so the story goes, I had a hamburger that I was using to show people about how things deteriorate. I carried it around for about a month at a couple of demonstrations. One right there. And then it got stuck in a coat pocket. The coat got thrown in the back of my van, and I guess it just got hung up in our closet in Logan. Subsequently, we moved from Logan to St. George, Utah, and it stayed there for a couple of years. I think my wife was giving the coat away or something and found it.
Well, how about reaching into your coat pocket and finding an old hamburger that's 14 years old?
That was back in 2013 when we first introduced you to David and his ancient burger right here on 2 News. Our YouTube video of the news story went viral with nearly 10 million.
Well, see, what I want y'all to understand is that this just isn't with McDonald's, right? It's with a lot of the foods that we eat out of the store. I know it was a lot of people that was running around at one point. They were actually melting the rice, and it was like melting like plastic. It was a lot of stuff that they, you know, I'm talking about before social media became what it is today. It was a lot of footage, right, that was being leaked of, you know, people that was, well, not leaked, I would say. A lot of people was getting footage of them actually burning these burgers. They was actually, you know, the burger wouldn't burn when they were burning either, okay? They was actually sitting around in a cabinet. They would have it sitting there for months where they was doing like science projects on these burgers to see if they would eventually mold. But to know that this burger has lasted over 20 years, bro, that's scary. That's very scary for anyone who is still deciding after watching this video that they want to go eat at McDonald's, okay? But like I say, a lot of the foods that we eating right now is, you feel me? I'll just say they was burning Doritos too. Like, that's something new to me. I didn't know that. You feel me? But yeah, you know, a lot of the foods that we eat right now out of the grocery stores have the same effect. And I know they're going to come through and fact check this, y'all.
Views. Since then, David has kept this burger in its tin and hasn't opened it until now.
All right. I have no idea. Maybe it's turned to dust. There's the sack that it came in. That was the wrapper it was in. And that's disintegrating more than the hamburger is probably. There it is. My gosh. It hasn't changed. The pickle.
Look, the only thing, look.
It's the only thing that's disintegrated.
He said the pickle is the only thing that was disintegrated, right? And that was the only thing that was real. The only thing that was real on this food that you see right now was the pickle. It's crazy because you seen the burger. I'm talking about even the bun, okay? So we have to ask ourselves, what is this bun? Or is it that what chemicals are they actually spraying on the bun to keep it in, you know, the shape that it's in? And what type of meat is this that the meat would not have had any type of mold on it? any type of fungus on it that would even indicate that it was old meat. Okay? It's like you could throw this meat into a dumpster and then someone could come along and be dying of starvation and decide that they want to eat this meat, this burger, not knowing that this burger is 20 years old. This is a 20-year-old burger from McDonald's, y'all. Okay? And so I don't want to hear Facebook coming along trying to do independent fact checks and things like that when he just gave the receipt. He gave the receipt that shows that this burger is over 20 years. So I don't want Facebook coming along and saying, oh, well, fact checkers are showing that these type of burgers, there's no proof that this burger is 20 years old. He has the receipt that says the burger was brought in 1999. Okay?
This is actually the receipt. I had to put it in plastic. It was just going to be gone. Do you want to smell it?
That's usually a no from me, but this burger had only a faint smell of
Cardboard?
Cardboard, yeah.
That hamburger is 20 years old.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to seeing it like?
And see, I'm gonna tell y'all what it is, man. This is the result of manufactured what do you call that food? Like when you getting canned foods and things like that, foods is already being made. Okay, they're being made in these factories. This is what you get when you get foods that are not naturally being grown from the earth. Now, this is solid proof that whatever the meat is that they're serving at McDonald's is not real beef, okay? It's not real beef. So we could just throw that out the window, okay? For anyone who is assuming that the meat at McDonald's is real beef, this should just kill that theory right there, okay? Because there's no way that real beef would last for over 20 years, okay? We have to ask now, what chemicals, if this is real bread? Because at this point, I would have to even question the bread, y'all. Tanya and Mills say nothing but all chemicals. At this point, y'all, I even have to question the bread. I have to ask myself, what type of bread is that? If that is real bread, what type of chemicals that they are using that could preserve them buns for 20 years? The bun look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. A magnet didn't even come out the meat. Okay? No magnets came out of the meat, or the bun didn't begin to mold or nothing, y'all. This is crazy. Okay? This is crazy. Drop the mask if y'all believe that this is just sick. This is just sick, y'all. Ladina, I apologize, Ladina Cooper said, taco meat too. I could believe it, bro. None of this food. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, like I say, man, you know, I showed y'all a video, man, of how, you know, these sheep were being cloned, okay? And so if we know that the sheep was cloned, then it's a possibility that the meat that we're eating is cloned, right? And I wouldn't even say it's a possibility. It could be a fact that the meat that we're eating is cloned, right? And this could be the reason why the meat is not beginning to mold. This could be a reason why it's not getting old, because if it's cloned, then technically it's not real. You see what I'm saying? Technically it's not real. All right? And so when we talk about Agenda 2030, it all goes back to Agenda 2030. Whatever they're using right now, whatever they're feeding you right now, because we know that, you know, first of all, if you have not begun to ask yourself the question of how is it possible that there's over like 6 billion people that inhabit this planet, right? Or I want to say even just this continent alone, right? Yet and still, they're able to still chop animals up and feed them. How are you able to feed animals, you know? How are you able to consistently feed people meat? How is it possible that you can keep the shelves stocked with meat, and you know, and you're knocking them off at this rate in this large of a quantity? So I know I've asked myself that, like, how can they possibly continue to put meat on the shelves or in the freezers at these grocery stores when we know that I don't truly believe that there's enough cows, okay, enough chickens, you see what I'm saying? Enough pigs, whatever it is that you think that you're eating in this world, you understand what I'm saying? To be able to feed or to continuously stock these shelves, it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You feel me? Danny Lewis say no date. You feel me? It's to provoke cannibalism. I believe it's Sandra Green. Like they say, it's a lot of human meat. They have human meat factories. See, one thing they never did was they never fact checked that video that we did on human meat. They never fact checked that, y'all. Okay? So, you have to understand, though, that when they telling you that it's human meat inside of some of these restaurants' food, at some point, you got to believe that, bro. At some point, you just got to believe it. We got to most definitely, I say, man, that we most definitely got to make sure that we growing our own food. I know this summer is going to be, bro, on another level for me. I'm finna start. I'm gonna take y'all along with me on the journey, man. For those of you who want to know what it is, I'm gonna be using to grow my food, because I want to not only be able to grow it outside, but I want to be able to grow it inside as well. You see what I'm saying? But at this point, man, we need to most definitely be careful of what it is that we eating, especially if you care about yourself. One thing you have to know about us is that our digestive system, okay, it's not made for us to eat meat to begin with, okay? That's why we don't have, fangs, or I would like to call them fangs, but, we don't have teeth that was really made for us to even rip meat apart. We're not animals. Animals, when you talk about lions and, people who are animals that were really, really meant to eat meat, their digestive system is made up a different way. And if you don't believe me, just check out Yaki Awaken and Facebook. I want y'all to understand, bro, that this is not me trying to teach. This is for entertainment purposes only, okay? But yeah, the digestive system is made up differently. We were only supposed to eat fruits, plants, and nuts, okay? That's how our digestive system is made up, okay? But I want y'all to understand, when we're talking about Agenda 2030, this is what they're talking about doing, all right? So let's not beat around the bush with this. This is exactly what they're talking about doing when they're talking about trying to, ensure, that there's no more world hunger out here. They're going to be hitting you with all type of genetic food. They're going to be hitting you with all type of cloned food. Food that you don't even know what it is. And I'm telling you, it's sick, man. It's real sick. But like I said, man, be aware. Look at this.
Scary. It's a real conundrum.
It's just crazy. I mean, it looks like you could just heat this up in the microwave and just eat it. I mean, you probably die.
Good thing you keep it in a little sarcophagus, because you got the King Tut of hamburgers here. It dried so fast that there was no way that the bacteria or mold could grow into it and make it nasty.
That makes keeping a hamburger for 20 years a little easier. That and maybe some money.
That's $1 million hamburger right there. I don't know, maybe the Smithsonian ought to keep this.
No word just yet on the burger's worth, but David hopes it's gone up from the 79 cents he paid for it at a Logan, Utah McDonald's more than 20 years ago.
I keep thinking somebody's going to offer me a lot of money for this and I can retire. Till then.
From Heber City, Adam Forgy.
But see, look, let me
News.
Let me tell y'all something. That's just a tall tale sound, right, of how long they've been doing this to us. This burger is over 20 years old, okay? So they've been doing this for over 20 years. Over 20 years, and it's longer than that, okay? This is just when he decided that he was going to go get a burger and do an experiment on it. But the fact is that they've been feeding us this type of food for over 20 years now, okay? And no one sees a problem with it. So when you see people come along, bro, and they trying to give y'all the best information possible, stop trying to fact check them and go fact check the places that they telling you that is ultimately causing your body harm. Go fact check them. At this point, I don't see why it should be hard for anybody to want to eat meat after watching this video. I mean, not want to eat meat after watching this video, because at this point, there's no way for us to even be able to tell that any of the meat that's being put into these grocery stores right now is even real. You feel me? Anaya say, I want to try this on the Five Guys burger. Look, let me tell y'all, Five Guys burgers, man, they look so disgusting. I don't see how anybody could go to Five Guys and eat a burger. They burgers remind me of Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order, please? That's what they burgers remind me of. Who wants to eat that much meat, okay? Who wants to stuff that? See, that's why meat originally began to turn me off, because they was putting that type of stuff in the stores. You feel me? That's why, man. All right? But yeah, like I said, I didn't want to make this live too long, man. I just wanted to come on here because I seen this video and I wanted to share this with y'all, man, to hopefully be able to start to change y'all minds in terms of the food that you starting to intake. You know, hopefully this is going to be able to change a few people's minds when it comes to going to these, even with Burger King, you know, McDonald's, any burger place or any food place that you go to in general. Hopefully seeing this video is going to, you know, start to get you to questioning what is going on, all right? And so with that being said, like I said, if I still have you here, please don't forget to hit that notification bell if you're on, if you're on YouTube, man, and select all. That way you'll be notified every time I go live, because I will be going live on YouTube a little bit more because, as you can see, Facebook does not want to push me, all right? Also, you know, if you're on Facebook, man, help me beat the algorithm, man. Hit that notification. I want to say, I don't know if it's a bell, but turn on your post notifications. That way you're notified every time I go live as well, and every time I upload a video, all right? And so with that being said, man, I just want to leave you guys as I came. I want you guys to please, 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 man, stay aware, man, because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashe.